You can see we've got a pinned tweet from Nader Dabit. Nader is one of the most influential DevRels in the industry. After reading this Substack post, which is from 2022, I was actually left reflecting on the LUKSO community and where we're at right now. To understand the importance of developer communities, you must understand the network effects. Network effect, it's a phenomenon whereby a product or service gains additional value as more people use it. The direct quote from Nader: in software, and particularly in open source, the value of an ecosystem continues to grow stronger and stronger as more developers build within it. A good analogy would be a popular ingredient like sriracha hot sauce entering the market that becomes so popular that everyone starts creating recipes based upon that brand itself, using it as a core building block. A new, better hot sauce could enter the market, but everyone knows and trusts the older brand, and there are thousands of recipes who call it out specifically with dishes even named after it. It is hard to compete once a brand has achieved this market saturation. We often see superior software products enter the market while remaining unable to gain market share in their category due to the fact that they have no interoperability with everything else that has been integrated with an older and what can be considered inferior product, but one with a larger and more mature developer ecosystem. So Nader asks at the beginning of this article, how do you bootstrap a strong and resilient ecosystem and do it as quickly as possible? Like, how do you create this ecosystem flywheel? Nader actually says one of the most influential talks early in his career that he ever saw was from a 2015 conference. It was a keynote address from an Angular framework conference in Las Vegas. The speaker was Aaron Frost. And Aaron Frost actually delivers a pretty powerful message about building bridges using the poem, The Bridge Builder. He tells a story of an old man who, after crossing a difficult chasm at the end of his journey, decides to build a bridge so others may safely cross after him. When questioned about why he might take the time to do this, knowing he would never need the bridge himself, the old man explains that he's building it for a young traveler who will face the same challenge. The poem emphasizes the selflessness and the responsibility to help future generations and the lasting impact of our actions. What does it mean to build bridges? What does it mean to help anyone who might be on the other side of the chasm that has yet to cross? And let's relate this to LUKSO now. In LUKSO, oftentimes we have this situation where we are clamoring for someone to do something, right? We're asking the team, like, when are you going to launch this product? There's a lot of noise that goes out from the community back to a core group of people that is very small that are working. And that's like a one-to-many delivery model of information. Let's think of it as like we're on one side of the chasm and we see, even if it's not real, but we almost idealize that the team has crossed to the other side of this chasm, and we're asking them to build a bridge back to help us all cross. And we believe that somehow that's going to help us. Now, if you're listening to my words and you go, you're damn right, I hope they build a bridge. Well, that's true. We do need bridges out, but I'm not talking about a bridge to another EVM at the moment. What I'm talking about is the opportunity for any person in a decentralized ecosystem to get involved. Now, keeping this graphic on the screen, in this one-to-many communication model, you can see you have one node that is dispersing out the information, and then the nodes on the outside all feel isolated. And they feel isolated because you sit at the end of kind of this one way. And again, I might be mincing the original metaphor here, but bridge, you're basically on a useless bridge that goes nowhere from you. LUKSO is giving us information. Someone like a Jean Cavaliera, who's doing a great job on his socials, sharing really the power of LUKSO through documentation, through example. When he shares it out to the community, if we don't work on building bridges out from us, we are, again, just kind of a locked node. Now look at that many-to-many environment. Fabian long ago is quoted as saying that speculators are literally the least interesting participant in crypto, that they'll be here for when numbers go up, but they'll leave as soon as that phase is over. And honestly, if you look at our community, haven't we suffered enough with this type of mentality? There's so many people asking when, and I'm now imploring for us to just do. We need to be a community of doers, each doing something to further this project and the awareness of it. In fact, at this moment, just stop searching for the signal. Stop, pinging your friends and being like, how are you feeling? Be the signal yourself. If you have the capacity, stop waiting for others to build bridges and just build them yourself. Don't wait lazily for others to build the bridge, but instead get your hands dirty and participate in the many, many ways that are possible out there. You find your own approach. For some people, it's going to be sharing the mission of LUKSO on social medias. For others, it might be building a protocol. I don't know what your expertise is, but all of you have individual expertise. Go out and use it, right? Be a doer. That brings us to something I want to share. We've come together, a group of us, to start the LBA, the LUKSO Builders Association. It's an organization that's completely organic, and it's really focused solely on bridge building at the moment. You don't have to participate in this organization. There's lots of people who might come across this video that might be skeptical and say, I don't want to work, quote unquote, for my bags. And to you, I would say, what the hell do you think a decentralized ecosystem does, right? If you were expecting someone else to do it, wouldn't you be trading a security? If you want to participate with the LBA, what we're trying to do is get together and onboard people by building bridges to the LUKSO ecosystem. That means bridges to knowledge, bridges to activities, bridges to events. Right now, we're focused on trying to put together a hacker house for the ETH Denver Conference where we can get together and really focus on using the LSPs in a functional way and onboarding new developers to the ecosystem, because again, the team can go out and do it. But if we can add 15 community members that'll come together around this as well, who will get out there and talk to developers and actively work together, that is going to build a powerful network effect. Every day I see more people doing things in the ecosystem. Here is a transparent way for you to get involved. You can find the LBA. It's a public GitHub repo. The notes are in there. You can see what we talk about. If you'd like to get involved in planning events, like I just said, the ETH Denver Hackathon, we're also looking at potentially an activation in Berlin for later on in 2025. We need to start coming together as a community. We need to start moving the flywheel. The flywheel currently is not moving very fast. And it's going to take a lot of energy from people to get it moving forward. And once that flywheel starts to turn, there's going to be a lot of energy in it. And that energy will take care of itself, right? It'll be the engine that'll move us forward. But I chose to talk about this today to you all because this is probably the single most important thing that we can do as a community is at the moment is to work on being bridge builders, meaning take your hard work and selflessly give it as part of your legacy so that others may gain entry to the land that you are in now, right? Even if they don't have an ability at the moment, because then they'll come across and they'll build new bridges that maybe you can benefit from in the future. Please, please, please just take my words and do your best to contribute to this ecosystem in any way possible. Be a doer.